Welcome to CHS Today. I'm Owen.
And I'm Will.
Today, we honor activist D.B., prominent journalist and activist and researcher in the late 19th and early 20th century as a former slave. She used her skills as a journalist to shed light on the treatment of African Americans in the South. Wells commonly received death threats after investigating the lynchings of black men and then printing her findings. She was ultimately driven from her home in Memphis to Chicago. Wells used her social skills to call out injustices done to African Americans throughout her life, including the absence of African American women in the women's rights movement. And even though she was at the founding of the NAACP, her name is not mentioned as a founder. She spent the rest of her career writing stories that focused on urban reform in Chicago. Wells passed away in 1931.
Seniors, if you have donations to bring in for after prom, please get them to Mrs. Wilson in the choir room by the end of this week.
Seniors, the local scholarship applications are due March 7th. Check your email for more information or scan one of the QR codes around the building for more info. Applications are due March 7th. Don't wait until last minute to apply.
The annual CHS Red Cross blood drive is on March 9th. Students aged 16 and up can donate blood. 16-year-olds must bring a signed parental consent form. You can get that from the Media Center Guidance Office or Ms. Balmer in W262. All donors must bring a photo ID such as a driver's license or a copy of CHS transcript with your photo and birth date. Your donations mean so much to the American Red Cross. Patients in need count on drives like ours to provide for a steady supply of blood. Each donation can help save up to 3 lives, so by meeting our goal, we can touch so many lives in the community and around the country.
Attention, there is a fun-serving opportunity for National Honor Society members held by Tri Kappa. You will make peanut butter and buttercream sandwiches, Easter eggs, on March 16th, 17th, and or 18th at New Heights Christian Church on State Road 44. Work as much or as little as you want. You do not have to stay the entire scheduled time. Sign up on the Google form or the NHS Google Classroom or Ms. Balmer's wall.
The Senior Council is hosting a volleyball tournament, which will be held at 6:30 on Wednesday, March 15th in the CHS Fieldhouse. Each grade will have 2 teams and playing a double elimination bracket tournament. If you are interested in playing, please see Senior Council member or Ms. Duncan for more details.
On this day in 1955, 9 months before Rosa Parks' act of civil disobedience, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin was arrested on March 2nd for refusing to give up her seat on a segregated Alabama bus. Colvin was traveling home from school when the bus driver ordered her and 3 others to give up their row of seats to one white passenger. Colvin refused to move, stating that she had already paid her fare and staying seated was her constitutional right. She was arrested on 2 bogus charges that stuck until they were removed on 2021.
In national news, Ford applies for a patent that allows an automaker to repossess a car remotely, with self-driving cars becoming more common. The idea of a self-driving car invented many new ways for auto companies to interact with users remotely, whether it be upgrades or subscriptions. Ford is planning on implementing a new technology into future cars that would allow self-driving cars to repossess itself.
In world news, a cryptocurrency company accidentally transferred $10 million to an Australian woman and didn't notice for 7 months. Manivel used this money to buy Melbourne property before the Supreme Court granted a freeze on her account, pending indictment.
Lunch for tomorrow is a turkey meatball marinara, barbecue rib sandwich, and a turkey corn dog.
The weather looks great. Let's hear more with Jara.
Thanks, Dobby. At 5 p.m., it'll be cloudy and 71 degrees, and at 10 p.m., it'll be cloudy and 57 degrees, and at 7 a.m., it'll be partly cloudy and 41 degrees. Now on to the 3-day. On Thursday, it'll be a low of 28 degrees and a high of 40 degrees, and it'll be partly cloudy. On Friday, it'll be a low of 36 degrees and a high of 53 degrees and partly cloudy. And on Saturday, it'll be a low of 34 degrees and a high of 52 degrees and partly cloudy. That's all for the weather. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Jara. Now let's talk to James with the sports.
Thanks, Navi. Softball tryouts will be held March 6th and 7th from 4 to 6 at the softball field. Please make sure to bring your own equipment, dress for outdoor tryouts, and bring tennis shoes for indoor skills if needed. There will be a boys golf call-out meeting today at 3 in the lecture hall. Any student wishing to try out for golf should attend. If any student wanting to try out for golf that cannot attend call-outs should contact Mr. Martin directly to let him know. There's no sports action for today or tomorrow. That's all I got for you guys. Now back to the desk for birthdays.
Thanks, James. Birthdays for today are Orland Foster, Kieran Ezell, Tyler March, Isabel Swittiger. Birthdays for tomorrow are Bristol Woods, Lillian Barnes, Grace Kelly, Dane Sparks, Brian Rout, and Peyton Richards. Happy birthday, everybody. I'm Owen.
I'm Will.
That's all for CHS Today.